What's your lifelong goal? If you had one goal in life, what is it?
Oh no, don't ask me that.
Come on, one.
No,
One.
No, because I don't know that.
Hello, how you doing? Good to see you again, or you to see me, or me to see you. Back with this one.
Hi!
Alexa Taylor, aka...
The London Baby Coach.
aka...
Mission Best Great Britain finalist.
Finalist, yeah. And we went on a little adventure on Friday, so we went to the Best YOU Expo in London. I suppose we can call this a little review, I don't know. What were your thoughts? Wait, what were the highlights?
Maybe that I actually realised that I didn't have my shit together as much as I did.
Ooh.
I guess the reason that was a highlight was because I wasn't expecting that to be the outcome. It really hit home, and then that was then my positive outcome, because then I sorted my shit out with you after.
Yeah, you did actually. This is interesting. So my highlights were probably, there's this guy I met called Richard Grannon. He did a documentary called Unplugged, the Toxicity of Social Media. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to link it below. And it tells you all about actually the algorithms of social media and how it works and how it...
You're like brainwashing.
You're like brainwashing. Yeah.
How the developers in these social media platforms design these platforms to suck you in and keep you there. How they release the dopamines and stuff like that, which is it's very interesting, isn't it? And then we saw that talk where he did on the kids with anorexia and who it affects and what age sort of it's basically the adolescents, like the young teens from like 9 to 19, especially more girls, less than boys apparently, but
not surprising.
yeah, it was a bit raw, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I think it was raw.
But I think that's where it made me like think, oh God, like I went into it thinking, I'm good with social media, I'm good with what I do with my life and blah blah blah. But then you go to these talks and it's like, holy crap, there's so many things that we can do differently, and so many things that actually maybe the stuff that I was focusing on wasn't actually what I should have been focusing on. And like going to that talk, it was like, I want to start up like a movement called like Ditch the Filter, and encourage like young girls that it's not real what you see, it's not life. Like, because I do modelling as well, it's then like I want to show people you can have a burger just because you're a model, you don't enjoy life and this kind of stuff. It was totally thought-provoking, the whole speech.
It's like the whole social media versus reality, and how you compare yourself and how you don't realise you're comparing yourself, and like how when you use certain hashtags and how it filters through into that, and how it can be quite bad. Yeah. But I'm not saying don't use social media, we're obviously using it now. As long as you use it in the right way, at our age, you know what's wrong and what's right. But give you a little tip. So what they told us, for example, Instagram is probably one of the worst ones because it's more photo driven. In order for them to latch you in and keep you involved, what Richard said in the talk, he was like, if you go to your Instagram feed and you know when you keep scrolling down, there's a 3-second delay where that little circle keeps going round. The reason why there's a 3-second delay is to keep you hooked in, so you're waiting for that, and then once it goes, you get your dopamine release.
It's the same with the notifications.
Same with the notifications,
like,
yeah, it's like you're forever waiting for notifications, and it's...
Pull it down.
You probably don't realise that. Realistically, these social media platforms, you don't need to do that. It could come up within a second. But they do that, keep you in there, keep you sucked in. Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah. It was a very informative but hard-hitting speech, that.
Yeah. If you watch the documentary, honestly, like, it's raw. Like, just watch it. I'll put the link below. Have a watch. It's it's pretty raw, but it's good.
I went to a speak. So yeah, this lady, she was a psychiatrist and she's from America, and I originally thought I was going to the thing and it was all about balance, and it was about how to, it was, I guess because of psychology, she was teaching you just ways to find balance and then giving that consistency, which is what I'm not very good at. I was really excited about it. I got in there, and it actually then turned out to be a thing which was called fear of rejection.
And the speaking one, right? Is that the one you saw?
No, that was the first one that made me cry.
Annoying.
It was literally...
Made you cry?
Yeah, someone where she then pointed out that she was like, oh no, don't well up, I'll well up. Oh yeah, it was called Disarming Rejection. So it was not what I thought it was going to be. If anything, I needed it a lot more, because that is something I've really been struggling with over the last few weeks. What everyone thinks about me, and it's just then it goes along with the whole fear of rejection. So it was amazing how she shows that your mind will actually really only focus on the stuff that you want it to think. Like there were certain ones, and it was like this woman speaking stuff, and it was literally like gar, gar, gar. She's not moving her mouth, and you had to say what was the word. Was it par, bar, or gar? To me, I was like, she's saying gar, gar, gar. And then they do the bit where they make you close your eyes, and then what does it sound like? And it sounds like bar. So it's like, well, how do they sound the same but they're totally different? And then they show you that basically what they did, put two clips over each other, and she is saying bar, moving her mouth, and it's basically about what you see and what your mind will focus on. Whereas actually, if you look at it from a different perspective, like closing your eyes and stuff, it is so different to what you actually think. So it's the same thing of like, what you think someone is thinking, it is so not what they're actually thinking. It was what you were saying sort of in the, when we went for drinks after. It was like, I might be thinking, oh God, they're looking at me laughing because I'm recording something, and then actually what they're probably thinking is, oh, what are they doing? Like, what are they recording? Oh, this is interesting. So
they really don't care.
Yeah. When people are staring, they're probably wondering what.
Or they're just staring because they've got nothing else to think about or do themselves. 99% of the things around us don't matter. And it's probably true, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so there was quite a lot of other stuff as well. There was a lot of yoga, nutrition, health. Personally, I'm not too into, but that's my choice. There was a lot of people at these stands and stuff. Callum Best was there.
Oh yeah.
He was doing a book signing because he's got a new journal out called The Best Me, I think. I'll link it below. There was quite a few things. It's definitely worth going if you're into or wanting to get into or stuck. It's definitely a good thing to go to. I definitely advise doing it next year. There's a lot of things you can get out of there and take away.
I would say the speeches, the talks are the best part about it. Like,
yeah.
When I first started walking around, I was like,
it's an expo, right? So it's an expo. You got there's so many different things, and the talks were
definitely the most valuable part. Yeah, because it totally changed things. Yeah, I would say.
So anyway, the Best You Expo was great. Definitely go there next year.
Eye-opening.
Do your research. Eye-opening, inspiring. Got loads of ideas. Met some good people. Got some great potential collaborations coming out. There's going to be some more vlogs on social media. I'm a big stigma for social media at the moment. I just think there's too many people committing suicide because of social media. Sorry, I know that sounds raw, but it's true, and that's just not good. Mental health is a massive one. I just want to be that person that can try and help, even if I help one person.
Same.
My lifelong goal. What's your lifelong goal? If you had one goal in life, what is it?
Oh no, don't ask me that.
Come on, one.
No,
one.
No, because I don't know that right now.
If there's anything I can do, is to cure mental health issues via conversation. Watch the next vlog I'm going to drop in a couple of weeks. It's going to be about mental health. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on Instagram. I'll put mine below. It's Ignite Your Mind Coaching, and yours is
The London Baby Coach.
Below. All the links will be below. Make sure you go check out Unplugged, The Toxicity of Social Media by Richard Grannon. It's on YouTube. It's free. It's about 50 minutes long. Well worth a watch. Will open your eyes. Big shout out to everyone at the Best You Expo. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.